Gemini gang, what's happening? Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for supporting. As we end 2024, I hope it was a good one for a lot of people. There was a lot of lessons this year, but also a lot of blessings in disguise, okay? So keep that in mind, you guys. I hope y'all are still putting in that work, because next year is going to be that year for a lot of you. It's also going to be a 9-year. So, yeah, I'm going to do a video, or I may do a live going over what next year is going to be like with it being a 9-year. It's going to be a really good year for you, life path 9s, but also birthday number 9s, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So we have adjustment here, looking back, moving forward. Okay, so that's number 24, which is a 6. We have deep emotions here. Now what flipped out was guide. This is at the top, and this is the illuminated path. I love it. I may touch on this one since this one kind of flew out. And then we have wisdom here. Okay. Whoa, cards going everywhere. All right, so this is number 21, which is a 3. Okay, 111 when I looked over. So let's see what the book has to say about this. Okay, so this is the guide. This is the illuminated path. The priestess guide on this card illuminates the path ahead with her right hand, the hand of action. On her left, the side of receiving, a wolf offers her guidance as well. This card is about your personal path, encouraging a deeper awareness of the choices coming up in your life. The wolf is a symbol of strength and freedom, and this is at the core of the message of this card. If you are free to create the path that lies up before you, you have the strength to see it through. No matter which path you take, it's time to seek the wisdom of your own inner guide. Meditate and ask for a new or different direction regarding business, family, or personal matters is called for. Then muster up the courage and self-trust to take the necessary steps forward. Okay, this card could indicate the coming of a new teacher into your life. Wow, this resonates. Interesting. It may be someone who advises you in a specific personal area such as education, nutrition, or finances, or it could be someone who pursues a more spiritual path. Let yourself be open to the guidance and inspiration such new teachers can bring. Together with this wisdom of your own inner voice, you will find the path before you becoming illuminated. And you'll be ready to take your next steps with the clarity and purpose your eternal life deserves. Holy shit, this kind of resonates. I don't know. So the affirmation of this card is, I direct my own destiny in every way. I open myself to the loving guidance I receive from others, from the universe, and from within. Because I definitely attracted a teacher to me. So yeah. All right, so 24 is adjustment, and I am going to kind of skim through that one. Okay, so for adjustment, which is looking back, moving forward. The priestess of wisdom pauses, looking over her shoulder as she receives owl guidance. I love owls. About adjustments to make before moving forward. Okay, when this a card appears in your spread, pay attention to the cards placed on either side. Okay, so the guide, which is the illuminated path. For these represent issues you need to be considering now. Okay, cool. Let's see. Skip that. The owl has extraordinary vision and can adjust its focus with telescopic or microscopic in an instant. In fact, it is always adjusting, always ready to redirect its path for a more effective result. Love it. That's why I love owls. This card is suggesting that you do the same. Review your previous choices to determine what has worked for you. Look ahead to see what changes can accelerate your plan's fruition. Okay? This can call for some patience and courage, for you may have to shift or even abandon the path that you've been that's been your primary focus. Oh, shit. But take note of the bright light from the right, the future pouring into the priestess of wisdom's left hand, the hand of receiving, as well as the orbs there in all her third eye. She is guided by her adjustments by the clarity and vision of the owl, as well as being directed into the future by the light and orbs of the spirit world. You too can be so guided when you let yourself stop, reconsider, adjust, and move peacefully forward with trust. Okay? So it is safe for me to stop and reconsider my path and process. I am patient and courageous in the choices I changes I make. Well then, that was a doozy. Let's see what's going on here, Gemini. Some of you might be shifting to something else. Whoa. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, some of you going from the Nine to the Queen. Again, I've been seeing that for you guys anyways. Or you may be attracting someone like this to you. Okay, Geminis, that is the Queen of Pentacles embodiment in the physical. Two of Pentacles. Page of Wands here on the bottom. So yeah, I feel like you may be attracting someone to you that will be able to, wow, help you. Wheel of Fortune, how that flipped out. Whoa, help you change, help you grow, help you evolve. Yeah, and whatever changes these are having or what's going on, you are going to be growing and evolving. Something vicious, Geminis. Eight of Pentacles as well. So Eight of Wands, progress, moving forward. So I feel like despite whatever's going on, Gemini, you need to continue to move forward. You definitely need to open yourself up to new things, better things. This could also involve you kind of investing in yourselves too, which I've been saying to you anyways. So as far as, oh, the Queen of Pentacles is here too. So as far as like, you know, if you need therapy, getting therapy or whatever the case may be, but coming out of pocket for some things that you may need to elevate yourself, Geminis, because I feel like whatever you spend is going to come back to you times 10 anyway. So don't be afraid to like invest in yourself, because it always comes back to you in different ways. The Lovers here on the bottom. I'm seeing lots and lots of change for you. Needed change. Yep, the Justice card. Love it. The Knight of Pentacles is about patience. So, you know, there's something here that's going to involve you having patience. And someone may come in and teach you this too, Gemini. So be on the lookout for that. Seven of Wands here. Yeah, some of you may need to be like more in the spotlight. Excuse me. Or like in some type of higher position. The Fool here. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Y'all look. The Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune again. You are about to be blessed. Follow that. Ooh, follow that gut. Follow that instinct. Follow that idea. Eight of Wands again. You guys, follow whatever it is you have going on right now. Go with it. Now's the time to kind of go with the flow. Some of you might be getting taken off your path right now. And something you thought was always going to be might not be. Some of you might be changing jobs. Some of you are going from working a 9-to-5 to working for self. Some of you may have had like some type of uncomfortable shakeup in your life or in your work environment, but that is just a shift. It's whatever's going on here is just a shift for you to give you exactly what it is you've been wanting, Geminis, and that's that adjustment. It's about being open to any changes, okay? And don't be afraid of change. Like for me, I'm never afraid of change. I seek change. I seek it. I seek doing something different, but it could be my mutable stellium. I'm mostly mutable in my chart, and I'm a Gemini stellium as well. So change doesn't bother me at all. But I do feel like for a lot of you, it may be hard, especially if you've been doing something for a long time. And Spirit is kind of redirecting you elsewhere. And that when you start, and that's another thing too, why I feel like this year for me wasn't as rough or as hard as most people's. Because I went through a lot this year too. A lot of changes, a lot of ups and downs, but I didn't resist. And that's what happens when you have that. When you have those changes, especially with Saturn energy, with it being an 8 year, you may have had a rocky year because you had a lot of resistance. You know what I mean? So I didn't resist a lot of the lessons that were being thrown at me or that were being shown to me. And I feel like a lot of times when you have a lot of issues, it's because you are creating resistance with your lessons, Geminis. And I feel like this is more so about this doesn't have to be as hard as you might make it. Okay? It doesn't have to be hard. The shift doesn't have to be hard. You just have to be open to what is being shown to you. Okay, the Hermit here, yeah, that's about that internal dialogue. You know what you need to do, but the more you put it off, the harder it's going to be, you guys. Knight of Pentacles, you just got to go with it. But this is, the Knight of Pentacles is about patience, you know, but I also get too, you may be attracting someone to you that is embodying this energy. So just keep that in mind, babies. Yeah, I knew it. I told you, because I'm seeing it here on the bottom of this deck as well. Y'all are stressing. You're creating resistance for yourselves. 9 of Swords. You got leave it alone. Leave it behind. Whatever spirit is telling you to leave, you need to leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Tell me why I'm seeing the 6 of Pentacles again. We're seeing that here. And the Queen of Pentacles again. I'm telling you, Spirit has blessings for you. You go with the flow. You go with your gut. You following your instincts is what's going to lead you to this prosperity that you're looking for. It's going to lead you to the life that you're looking for. It's going to lead you from the blessings from Spirit. The Wheel of Fortune with the 6 of Pentacles gives heavy karma too. It's about you getting some type of karmic debt paid to you, depending on what side you're on. Now, if you're consistently resisting, now this might be on the opposite, okay? Now, it doesn't say that here in the spread, okay? But make sure you're not resisting your lessons, Geminis, because it makes the process harder and it makes it seem like you're suffering when you really don't have to. Man, as I split the deck, I'm seeing the 8 of Swords. I'm telling you, you really don't have to go through as much suffering as you do. The Death card, the Death and Rebirth, and literally the Death and Rebirth has that infinity symbol on this card here. I'm telling you, it ain't gotta be hard, Geminis. I feel like you just have to leave certain things behind. You know it. You know what it is. The 2 of Pentacles again. This one really doesn't have like the infinity symbol like this one does, but I kind of feel like that's where Spirit is going with this. Like what goes around comes around type of energy here. And when you trust yourself and you listen to yourself, it builds. So a lot of times when people ask me, well, how do I tap into my intuition and how do I get better at my intuition, is you got to listen to yourself, even if sometimes it's wrong, right? Listen to yourself. Don't doubt yourself. That's how you build your intuition. Okay. Now there's other ways I'll go over on the Patreon, but the Judgment, the King of Swords, I told you this. There's that Queen of Wands here as well. She's about confidence, but she's also very magical because she has that black cat with her. She's like the witch. Actually, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles are the witches. I'll go into why the Queen of Pentacles is the witch, but the Queen of Wands is a witch because she is extremely spiritual and she's like heavy into spiritual stuff, hence the black cat and all of that. But like I said, with the Judgment here and the King of Swords, it gives wisdom. And you notice what's here on the King of Swords card? That owl. I love it. I love it. I love it. Some of you, your spirit animal is an owl. Your familiar is an owl. Splitting the deck, I'm seeing the Emperor. If you don't know what a familiar is, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to say that. Sometimes I'll be saying things and I don't know if y'all gonna get it or understand it or whatever. I don't know. Some of you guys, your spirit animal is an owl, okay, or a wolf. But owls represent wisdom, and I feel like a lot of you guys, you're gaining wisdom through experience. And a lot of your lessons you are learning through experience. And the more you experience, the more you are blessed. And y'all know I always go back to that Erykah Badu song, peace and blessings manifest with every lesson learned. I feel like this is what's going on here. But stop resisting. You got to stop resisting these changes that are being brought to you and be ready to go anyway. You have to be ready to adjust at any moment because, again, that Wheel of Fortune sometimes take you for a loop. Okay, and you see, and this is twice here. I keep seeing the Devil. So this could be two things. The first thing is this could represent some type of energy that you're tied to as far as a person energetically, or this could be some type of mindset, because sometimes the Devil can represent you being tied to something, but it's by choice. Okay, you're choosing to be tied to something and you don't have to. So you don't have to be Knight of Pentacles again, y'all. Now let me give you an example of being tied to something that's not serving you, right? And I'll use like a portion of my own story. So say you grew up poor, right? You grew up poor, you grew up not really having a lot, but deep down you want more for yourself, you want more for your life, but you are tied to this belief that you can never have that, or people like you don't do X, Y, Z, or people that look like you don't get to have certain opportunities or whatever. And even if it's not on a conscious level, Because sometimes the devil can be your shadow side. Even if it's not on a conscious level, sometimes you can have a lot of unhealthy attachments subconsciously. Okay, so that's something you got to look into. All right, and that could be creating a lot of resistance for you as well, Geminis. So keep that in mind, y'all. Okay, and it comes out again. I told you, you're tied to this. You're creating this. A lot of this shit is just in your head. 4 of Cups here on the bottom. Listen, okay, because I gotta cover up the devil. So I want to clarify the 9 of Swords. A lot of you guys are doing it to yourselves. Now, some of you, it's a person. The Emperor came out with the devil. Yeah. Now, this could also represent a guide. This could be seen in so many different ways, and it's not always bad. Cause like I said, I always give you guys another way to look at it. The devil with the Emperor is a extremely masculine energy. Like this energy, it gets no more masculine than this, except maybe the Tower or something. But this is a very masculine energy, but this is also an energy that's extremely set in their ways. So I'm not sure if this is you or if this is someone in your energy, but like I said, this needs to be checked if this is you. If this is you that has a hard time with change, you're gonna struggle. You've probably been struggling all year because of it. Okay. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that, but there's more I want to say, but I'm not going to. Because I did not want this video to be that long. But I'll make a note of it and I'll touch on it on Patreon. Book burning, love it. Yeah, see. Ooh, baby. Ooh, I love that. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull one more of these. Hold on, y'all. Oh, man, I love it. So we have tandem here. And this could also be the Emperor with the devil, like somebody holding you back. So be very mindful of that. And I picked up on that on the you versus them too. Don't sacrifice stuff unnecessarily. Like, don't sacrifice your purpose in the life you want to live for other people. Okay, so we have Taurus here. This is tandem bicycle. This is synchronized, alliance, duo, partnership, unison, equality, collaboration, togetherness, simplicado, align, hook up, cooperation, harmony, help, join, consensus, and 2 of a kind. So however that looks, I don't really see nothing that signifies a couple here other than the devil. I don't really see anything. Like I said, some of you may have a person attached to you. Okay, and it's neither good or bad. Okay, I'm not really seeing it's good or bad. It's just there. It just is, which is justice. Okay, justice is it just is. Okay, so the energy, you probably need to get a handle on it. Or since it's clarifying the 9 of Swords, I feel like this could be you attached to this 9 of Swords energy, this overthinking, that's creating terrible scenarios in your head over and over and over again. Okay, and again, it could represent someone else that's in your energy that is stressed and that is down and out or whatever, because they're not growing and evolving and changing with you. All right, so we have Pioneer here, which is Leo. And this is boldness, destination or bust, cutting the edge, long journey, trailblaze, true grit, challenge, navigating uncharted territory. This is what I get heavily with you, with this reading, you guys. Heavily. All right. Resourceful team. I got your 6 and unflappable courage. I told you it was going to take courage for a lot of you. A lot of you guys. And I feel like a lot of you guys might worry unnecessarily because you have to know all the answers. You have to have everything lined up and ready to go. But I feel like this is one of these things where you might be taken for a loop. Okay? You're not going to know all the answers and you're being guided down a different path. All right? So be open to it. Be receptive to it. Okay? We have book burning here, which is Libra. This is funny because what stood out to me was this. But man, listen. Book burning, censorship, silencing, control, discord, cancel, persecute, suffocate, destroy heritage, limiting freedom. See, this is what I get with this too. The devil with the Emperor is definitely very limiting. Something's very limiting, but I feel like you are limiting yourself. It's not anything outside of you, or, you're allowing someone to come in and limit you. Okay, constraint. Now, what stood out to me was the rewrite history and the changing the narrative. I get that heavily in the read. Like you're doing something different. All right, you're going out on a limb, and you may not have all the answers, Geminis, but you got to go with it. Run with it, okay? Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, y'all. Peace out.